For this tutorial, we are using spools of tulle, and these are 6-inch spools, and they're awesome because they're already in the strips, so you just have to cut them. So just when you're cutting your tulle, it's going to probably take all of the tulle on your spool, so go ahead, cut out the entire spool. Take your wreath form, and the reason why you kind of want a smaller one is that as we're adding the tulle and the ribbon, it will make it bigger. And so you can do even smaller wreath forms and make the strips of your tulle and ribbon even longer, and it can be the same size. It just depends on the look that you want to go for. So this is, the 12 inch is about a medium-sized one. So first off, we're going to put on our tulle. And I've cut my tulle to 20 inches. And really it just depends on how long you want the ends to be coming out from the wreath. So what I did is I cut it out and then I put it on and then saw how it looked and then decided if I want it to be longer or shorter and went from there. So you can just do 20 inches like me, or you can figure it out and see if you like it longer or shorter. Everything is cute, so it just depends on your personal idea of what you want to do. Alright, so we're going to take one color, this is the purple, and I've got 2 pieces of tulle and I've put them together, scrunched it up a little bit, and we're going to just tie it on to the wreath form. And we're just going to make a double knot. So tying it once and then tying it twice. And that's how it will look. Then I'm going to take a different color. I'm going to go with green. And you can do all the same color, 2 colors, 3 colors, way more than that. Just depends. These are awesome to do for a theme if you want to go for like a holiday theme, a birthday theme, or a sports team. So we're going to do our next color. I'm going to get my pink. So as you can see, you can still see the wreath form, and as the more we go on, the more it will bunch up, and then we'll eventually add the ribbon and that will cover it even more. So I'm going to do one more color. Slide that over. Okay, so you know what to do. Just go ahead and start putting on your tulle, and we're going to go all the way around. This is how it will end up looking, and so you can decide now, is that about where you want it, or if you want it to be even smaller than that. If you do, you just take your scissors and you can just cut around. If you're afraid of maybe making it uneven, you can get a ruler or something to measure and then follow along and make sure that it's even all the way around. So how I'm doing that, I am just taking a few of the knots and then taking my scissors and cutting them. And then that way you have a more uniform cut across instead of just cutting all of them at the same time. So you can leave the wreath as it is. It looks super cute this way, or you can add ribbon to it, and you can add a ton of ribbon so it's completely covering and then you have this really fluffy tulle on the outside, or you can just do little ribbon accents. And so if you're going to do accents, you're going to want to keep with a smaller ribbon like the 3/8 of an inch. And then if you want it to be even bigger, you could go as big as you want. The biggest I have here is 7/8 of an inch. But you could do 1.5, whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to show you how to put these on and then how to cut it. And then you can decide how much you want to do. So taking this ribbon, this cute striped ribbon. So I don't know exactly how much I want to use, so I'm going to test it out first by going around and finding a hole and then tying my knot. Ribbon is probably going to take a little bit more to get it to the size that you want than the tulle, because the tulle kind of stretches, and so you pull it out And then I say, okay, this is about how much I want. And then I measure it, and it's going to be about 16 inches. And that will just help me know where to cut it at for the rest of the wreath. So once I've cut it, then you can do some sort of fancy end on it if you want. If you want to just keep it like that, you can keep it like that, or you can do cut like this, fold it over, and then cut inwards, and then you got a V-cut. You just got to make sure that as you're cutting your ribbon, you got to seal your ends. There we go. And then you can also do a slanted cut where you just take your scissors and you cut like that. That's a fun cut too. And if you decide you don't like how it looks after you've done it, awesome thing is that you can just cut it and change it to what you want. So, alright, so I'm going to go back around. So tie it as tight as you can, and then bring it up, but we don't want it to be too much behind the tool. We just want it to kind of sit in front. And there you go. I'm gonna go through and add this one in different places, and then go through and add more ribbon, and I'll show you how that's gonna look as I'm going along. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to make the holder so you can hang it up. So taking your ribbon, and I'm just cutting mine to about a yard. So it's going to be one of the ribbons that you're using. And then you want to strategically place it. And instead of having the knot on the front, we're going to make the knot on the back. Okay, so we wanted it to be extra long so we could make another knot. Now, if you are making this for yourself, what I like to do is just go and hang it on my hook and then tie the knot right there. And that way it will fit my hook perfectly. I live in kind of a windy area, so it needs to be kind of tight on there. But if you don't want to do that, then just make another knot and make sure that the hole is going to be big enough to place onto the hook. And then we don't want this to be seen really, so once you have your knot, just cut off your excess ribbon, seal your ends, and that is how it will hang. It will hang on this. When you're finished with all of your ribbons, see how cute that's looking? We're going to put on some flowers. And so find the little top we made right here. You see that? That's going to be the top. So bring that to the top, and then we're going to place our flowers on kind of off to the center. You can put them wherever you would like, if you want them to go along the middle or if you want them to go at the top. You can also use a letter or wood cutouts. Those are really, really cute if you're wanting to specify it for a little girl's birthday, or a number saying how old they are is really cute too. So I'm using 4 flowers. Most of the time you can just use 3 or 1 even. It just depends on the look that you want. Place your flowers where you want them to be, and then when you've got it where you want it, we're just going to hot glue it down. Alright, all finished. So cute, so fun, and definitely makes a cute statement.